I just built basically a multiple 7-figure business in about 90 days. And I'm gonna show you exactly how I did it. And honestly, how most entrepreneurs could probably steal like this very simple and easy process. If you stay till the end, I'm also gonna explain what we're gonna be doing to scale this to 25 million over the next 1.5 to 2 years. Okay, let's get right into this stuff. There's basically 6 steps to this whole ordeal. Step 1, develop a great offer in a good market. Number 2, sell before you build to create your MVP, which is your minimal viable product. 3 is productize the service with very easy fulfillment. Market a really strong lead magnet. Have a good sales process. Hire salespeople. All right, so I'm gonna cover each of these steps because it is fairly simple and you will be amazed at what we're talking about. So this business in particular, it is a real estate education and coaching company. So we're licensing a real estate investing playbook from 2 very successful real estate investors. You would know who these guys are. They are probably the most famous in the space, in my opinion. If you go research real estate investing books, one of these guys is gonna pop up like the first 5 books. Basically, real estate investing, so we help real estate investors scale their single family investing. So we help them do flips and wholesales and some buy and holds and other exit strategies. Okay, so this is a scale offer, right? Instead of business opportunity offers, which is like MLMs and network marketing, or like even franchising where you bring on franchisors. These people are already in the game. We're just adding skill so that they can do more. And it's a good market, right? Like real estate investing, people are familiar with that vehicle to make more money. And when you wanna think about your offers and your market, you wanna make sure your people have money. You wanna make sure the market is growing. You wanna make sure they're easy to identify and find. And you wanna make sure they have some purchasing power. Right? And so all the check boxes were hit with having the right offer in a good market. And we very strongly guarantee 150K in profits from investing in 6 months with us. So this is a very strong ROI offer. We basically have pricing and packaging from 2K to 25K. So those are the price points with our service. That's where step 1 is. It's like we have a strong offer. Like what is the value proposition we're gonna provide? What market is it going to be inserted in? There you go. That's step 1. Step 2 is definitely selling before building. So what I like to think through with service-based business models is, okay, I have an idea of what the clients are gonna want, but I can't make any assumptions. And so what I need to do is with that offer, and then customize the build and the fulfillment based on what the clients need. So essentially they help me build the product and service as we go, all right? And that's literally what we did. So we did a soft launch. We brought in 250K in sales and a couple dozen of clients, and we worked with them very closely, got the feedback, knew exactly now what they wanted as part of the service and part of the licensing material. So then we took those resources and that information, which brings us to step 3, is productize that service, which just simply means I need to package this service in a way that is scalable. Okay, one-on-one, not scalable. One to some or one to many, so group models of service is more the type of game that we want to play. And that will eventually lead into done for you services later on. We want to take a model that is scalable. And so what we did is we productized the licensing material. So like the actual playbooks the investors use, we packaged that into a learning management software that was organized based on the proper sequence they need to go through. And then we brought in subject matter experts with a community model, an accountability model, and also a live implementation call and coaching type of model. And so that's how we were able to productize, where now it's, okay, we have a process to have anywhere from 600 to 1,000 active clients in the product or service at a given time, okay? Then once you have your productized version, now you can go market at scale and not really have the constraint of fulfillment. But just so it's said, growing a business, what I've learned and understand now is like you hit different walls based on the aspect of the business. So it's if you have ample lead flow. The next wall is sales and calendar availability with salespeople to develop those leads and take them into sales qualified leads and calls. Once you've got that rocking and rolling, you're bringing on a bunch of clients, then you break fulfillment and customer experience. And so you have to build out more systems, processes, or people on the fulfillment side and CX with customer experience. Once that's fixed, then you're able, now you need more lead flow. So you see, it's each aspect is constantly creating a new constraint, and then you have to release the constraint. But this brings me now to step 4, which is basically marketing a great lead magnet. And so a great lead magnet is essentially what is going to indoctrinate people to have enough trust and certainty to work with you. So a little side point, there's a difference between marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. Marketing qualified leads are people who are problem aware, solution aware, product aware, brand aware. So if they have those levels of awareness, they are ready now to go through a sales process to be sold because their intent is now to purchase. Okay. Once the intent to purchase, that's a sales qualified lead, then they need to go through the sales process and close, right? And so what we need to do is, how do we develop these marketing qualified leads? How do we create problem, solution, brand, and product awareness? So we decided, let's package the essence of the main curriculum and licensing material that investors would need. Let's package that into a condensed version. So we did, and we have a couple of lead magnets now, but it was essentially a 4-part video series, right? And it was free. We positioned it as this is normally valued at this amount, but we're doing it for free right now. People would opt in for that 4-part course. And the emails and the course videos would then lead people to an offer page. So we have a video sales letter page. And so once they transition from the free content, like the free lead magnet, then they transition to more of the offer content, and then they can book into the calendar, right? And then we just ran Facebook, Instagram ads, some pay-per-click, Google search stuff to drive traffic to that lead magnet. And we're getting really great leads. We're generating 7,000 leads in the first month. So we're over-indexed on leads, which brought us to needing to hire a bunch more salespeople. But let's not get there yet. Step 5 is then having a sales process, okay? I personally, I've happened to have sold people from Facebook ads since 2013. It was my first business. And so 15,000 sales calls later, I really have a strong understanding of sales and the process, what people need to hear and understand, what the conversation needs to look like. So we have the upper hand of really knowing a good sales process to put people through. But once people get to the calendar, then there is a sales conversation, right? There's a process of, okay, let's look at your specific situation. Let's see if you are a good fit for the services that we have. And if I feel like that is true, then we go through what service we think you should do. And then there's a presentation, and then there's a decision to be made, right? So you have your sales process. This is your conversion event. We are strong at sales, so we book people into an inbound call. They come to a Zoom call, and they go through a sales process, and they either become a client or they don't. Which then brought us to step 6. We could generate all of these leads. We were booking them into the calendar. We have a sales process where we're closing people. So then we hired salespeople. So we had 5 salespeople to start, all temporary basis, because we had no idea how much call volume we were going to provide. And also, when you hand off a sales process to a new person or a new team, obviously the conversion and everything goes down. And we already forecasted for that, right? And so literally we, because we did all these steps, knew how to run ads, launch them. Literally, we did 218 grand in our first month and quickly moving to 300K a month. And then that's going to keep going up and up. So that's basically the process that we use to build this type of business. It's a coaching business coaching and education business in the real estate space for real estate investors. Now that you've stayed till the end, I am going to continue to document how we're going to continue to build this company and scale it to 25 million and then probably beyond that. But basically now adding more products to our product suite, right? So having different price points based on the different type of avatar that the marketing is bringing in. So that way we can maximize the throughput of units sold, which then helps us create an ascension process from one service price point to the next. And then also eventually developing a done for you service that's a subscription type of model on the back end of that, plus a little bit higher price service for the upper 20% of people who are like raving fans, like they just want to get more stuff with you. They're ready for the next problem to solve in their real estate investing journey. And so we're going to add more products and suites. And then we're also just literally going to develop 2 more channels of client acquisition. So that way we have 4 or 5 different ways to market and get leads. That way, if one gets shut down, we can ramp up the other guys, or if paid gets in a bind for some reason, then organic is there. It's so on and so forth, right? And so we're gonna move towards that. And then also just scaling the sales team, right? So we have 2 ends of the sales team. We have an SDR team, which develops those marketing qualified leads into sales qualified leads. And then we have the closing team, which actually takes the sales qualified leads and turns them into business. And so even just to get to 25 million, we'll probably basically need to have about 15 closers and 10 SDRs. So we have a 25 person sales team, which we've built before. So that's the process that we're on. If this was helpful at all, or if you guys have more comments or questions about some of the stuff I explained, you want me to do a video that deep dives on that, fantastic. Or you can click right here and you can watch my next video that goes into more business and building stuff, and we can go at it like that. Thanks.